Guys, this episode was awesome. I absolutely loved this premiere for season 2 of Attack on Titan. We have episode 1 of season 2, technically episode 26 for Attack on Titan. This episode was just awesome. Cool opening, just cool stuff being revealed within this episode, and it ended on such a brutal note. I had to watch it a second time because I also recorded a live reaction, and you can actually find that on my channel, and I'll also have a link to that video at the end of this video. But I just want to talk about the events that happened within this episode, and just for anyone that's watching this that has read the manga, I have not read the manga. My only knowledge of this series comes from season 1 of Attack on Titan, so I'm going into this new season fresh and just basically speculating and just going with what the information that the season's going to be giving me. But if you guys are wondering about my past thoughts on previous episodes, this past month and a half, I did reviews on every episode of season 1 of Attack on Titan. So you can find a playlist of all of those reviews on my channel, so you can go back and look at my thoughts and just overall speculatory things while I was rewatching the series from episode 1 to episode 25. I'm not gonna say that all those videos are great, but I got better as those videos were going on, and I just want to delve right into this new content right now. New Attack on Titan content that we are getting after 4 years of waiting since the end of season 1. First thing I want to talk about is the new opening. I'm so glad it's the same artist that did the first 2 openings for the first season. I really like the opening. It started off very mellow, but then kicked into high gear with like the little slow parts, and then it got in. The visuals were awesome. It definitely hints at some cool things to come, especially with Eren going up against the Armored Titan. So many cool visuals within that opening, and it's another good opening to add to the repertoire of Attack on Titan's openings. And so far, all of them I have really enjoyed, and I feel like it fits the tone and what we're going to be getting for this upcoming season of Attack on Titan. Overall, very good opening. But there are a few key points within this episode I want to talk about. I'm not going to go over everything in specific, but just to touch on it right here and right now, this was not at the beginning of the episode, but the Mikasa and Eren moment that we kind of got within this episode was very nice. You know, those two have a particularly interesting relationship when you come to think about it, you know, because Mikasa is technically adopted within Eren's family, but you can tell that there is some feelings or some type of relationship building between Eren and Mikasa, mostly on probably Mikasa's end. But I just love the moment that they had, you know, where she's like falling asleep at Eren's side as he's waking up, and it goes to show that Mikasa is there for Eren no matter what, and Eren, with this flashback we got, has to do the same for Mikasa. And I loved how, like, when the scarf fell, he picked it up and just handed it back to her and saying, like, this fell, here you go. Looks like that scarf has seen better days. I'll go get you a new one if we get the chance. It's a very nice moment. But now, time to go into the nitty-gritty of this episode. Starting off with my girl Hanji. Hanji is probably one of my favorite characters throughout this entire series, and getting that reveal of everyone within the Survey Corps after they were hauling Annie's like crystallized being out of the way, out of where like they had her at the end of the last season. We see the Titan in the walls, and everyone right now is basically speculating and is just like, what the hell? We had no idea that Titans were within the walls. You can even see its eye move, and they're saying keep it out of the sun, and it turns out that those dicks that worship the walls know all about the Titans within the walls, so they are in on this conspiracy. And I love it how Hanji just like on top of the wall is asking, Pastor Nick is his name, Pastor Nick, she's asking him all these questions, and then just holds him over the side of the wall saying like, well, if you don't give me what I want, I'm just gonna let you go right here and there. I don't care if you die. But we kind of knew that Hanji wasn't gonna go let him perish in that way, but I just love how she just handled that overall situation. Hanji is such a cool character in my eyes, and I just love her overall personality, and just how it just shows that there is this big conspiracy going on between these pastors of the wall and everything else, leading into the Beast Titan that gets introduced in this episode. But it shows that he's willing to die for these walls and for the secret of these Titans that are actually held within these walls. And it turns out that you can't have them exposed to sunlight. So I wonder if, like, as soon as they get exposed to sunlight, that's how they get their energy. Which actually reminds me, when you go back to season 1, when Hanji is talking about, you know, her experiments with Sawney and Bean. When she took away sunlight from them, it took away their energy. So maybe that has something to do with it. Again, I have no idea about the future events of this series, so I get to speculate and just have fun with this. So this is going to be very fun for me. And please no spoilers, guys. I just want to say that right now. But we also get kind of like a flashback sequence where we kind of go 12 hours before the events with the fight with Annie. And we have like the normal crew, Connie, Sasha, Reiner, Bertolt, and we even see Krista and Ymir within this shot as well. they're kind of just at base, you know, laying low. They're not told to do much. They're not in uniform. They don't have their weapons. But then they come to learn, you know, from the lookouts and everything that there are a few Titans that have actually breached Wall Rose, and Titans are now within the innermost, almost to Wall Cena. So this is like a dire situation right now. And so everything about this whole situation, everyone's got to escape. They got to get on horseback. And I love the new female character that got introduced in this part too. She's got a very nice like hairstyle look. She seems pretty badass as well. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. And I just liked her overall design. Cool character to get introduced. And right now everyone is on horseback trying to escape. They're trying to figure out who knows the area the best. Sasha and Connie do. So they're all going to be splitting up and taking everyone away from the Titans, while Mike, or Mika, however you want to pronounce it, goes off to fight off these Titans. And I gotta say, he puts up a pretty good fight overall. And when those normal abnormal Titans kick in, that thing where like he twists up in the air and just starts booking it for our main characters, I was like laughing at that part. I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. This Titan is so absurd. I absolutely found that hilarious, and it was such a funny moment. But Mika goes alone to go fight them. And then this is the badass part. This is when the Beast Titan gets introduced, and he just like, he wrecks shop with Mike. Mike just gets his hand like, just like, no, nothing. You are nothing compared to the Beast Titan. Picks up Mike's horse and just throws it at him. PETA would have a field day with the amount of horse violence within Attack on Titan. He ends up dodging, but ends up getting caught in the clutches of one of the smaller Titans. Ends up getting crippled to where his bottom half basically gets bitten to where he's no longer able to use the use of his legs. And we learn stuff about the Beast Titan as well. First of all, the thing can talk, so we know that it's a human, but we've never seen a Titan talk before within the series of Attack on Titan. At least I haven't. So just getting to see that this Beast Titan is able to talk and is actually sentient, intelligent, just goes to show that yes, this is a human inside of a Titan form, but also it doesn't know about 3D maneuver gear. So obviously it hasn't been inside the walls or something. It's something from outside the walls, from maybe like another society or something, because it has no idea what 3D maneuver gear even is, and even just takes it off of Mike's body and is like, this is very interesting. It seems like you guys use swords too, so you must know that we reside in the nape of the neck. So it's a very interesting new concept added to Attack on Titan, to where we have this Beast Titan, an intelligent Titan who can actually speak. This is really, really cool. So he ends up leaving, and I love how like Mike is just cowering, but then his words that he mentioned earlier kind of come back to bite him in the ass in a way, because he remembers him saying like, if a person gives up, then like there's nothing at that point. As long as you continue fighting, the humanity cannot lose. And he, you know, even though he's crippled and can't use his legs, he still has the urge to fight back. And then the Beast Titan gives the command. And that's another interesting thing too. He's able to command these Titans, and he commands them to go after Mike after he started screaming. And then this is the brutal part. He just brutally gets dismembered and destroyed by all these Titans. And like, that's just like a shocking way to end. It's like, yes, Attack on Titan is back, and it is gruesomer and more violent than ever. And I am absolutely 100% ready for this. I am like, oh man, this is a good season premiere opener for Attack on Titan. And overall, just the events that took place in this episode shows that we're going to have a promising season on our hands. And the animation too was on point throughout this entire episode. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. And if you guys want to see my live reaction, there will be a video on my channel by the time that this video is up. But I will warn you, there's going to be no footage, but I do have a timestamp in that video, so that way you can open up another window and have the video playing alongside mine. It's the only way I could do it to avoid copyright, so I hope you guys understand completely. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this episode. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on this season premiere of Attack on Titan? Episode 26 or Season 2, Episode 1? What are your thoughts on this episode? What do you think of the introduction of not the female Titan, the Beast Titan? What do you think of the Beast Titan get introduced this episode, and the concept now that Wall Rose has been breached and Titans are now making their way towards the innermost wall? Everything's in chaos right now. Just give me your overall thoughts on the episode that we just got, and how psyched are you for the upcoming episode next week? I just really can't wait. And I have not seen the previews or anything. I don't do that, so I'm just going to go in just like ready to go. So if you guys are looking forward to Attack on Titan, I'm doing all reviews for this season, and if you guys want to see past season reviews, there's a playlist on my channel. And if you feel like subscribing, please feel free to do so. I would love to talk with you guys and just speculate on this upcoming season of Attack on Titan. So I'm looking forward to episode 2 coming out next week. I really can't wait to review that episode. It sucks we have to wait a week. It really does suck, but that eagerness and just that hype's going to build as the days go on until we get closer and closer to episode 2 of season 2 of Attack on Titan. Anyway, guys, that's it for this review. I look forward to talking to you guys in my next review on episode 2, but until then, I'll talk with you guys later. Alright, guys, see you later.